I had a roller coaster of emotion this morning. But it also means I'm excited for tomorrow. Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in piecing and joy. I'm Russ. Come on into my sewing room. This morning, I had a roller coaster of emotions. As you may or may not know, back in the beginning of these times, the steak bagel was removed from McDonald's breakfast menu. I was very sad about that because that was basically the only thing on the menu that I really liked for breakfast. And ever since that it has been removed, I've tried things and it's acceptable, but nothing has been as good as that. About 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, I don't know, I saw a video somewhere where the steak bagel was back in a small handful of markets. It was a McDonald's manager who has a YouTube channel, and for some reason, there's channels that people love to watch, and they watch people make sandwiches and stuff. There's a Subway guy, there's a McDonald's guy, there's a Chipotle guy. Either way, it's I was like, "Ooh, good! That means it's coming back soon. It's coming back soon. It's coming back soon." Then, about a year, 9 months ago, I had seen that it returned to more markets, like the New York area. But we weren't one of those lucky markets. This morning, I don't know why I did this, but when I opened up the McDonald's app, instead of going in and reordering what I traditionally do, or also what I do is I just go to the deals and say, okay, I can get this for cheap, whatever. I ended up going into their breakfast sandwiches and I saw a bagel at the top. I was like, ooh. And I went and looked and it didn't have anything besides just a plain bagel. I'm like, there's no bright bagel sandwiches. There's no steak bagel, which is what I was looking for. But I was like, this is close. This is close. So I was excited. I placed my order, went and picked it up. And when I got to the drive-thru, they had steak bagels on the little menu board. And I was like, darn it. I could have, gotten a steak bagel this morning. I prefer to do my order on the app because one, that's less time in the drive-thru. Two, I don't have to deal with making sure did they hear me right and stuff like that because things happen and that. So I was like, yay, then yay, then. But tomorrow I'm off, so I will go and totally enjoy a steak bagel for the first time in forever. What's going on with the fur kids? I won't say they're spoiled, but last night I was unable to move off the couch. I had both of them laying on me, and I don't think you are really living your best life until you're stuck under some fur kids on the couch, unable to move. It was awesome, except for occasionally Riley like, okay, I'm gonna adjust, and her paw just goes right into my rib, but it's still worth it. In the sewing room, I didn't get anything done during this week. We had practically everybody in the office this past week. In fact, they were supposed to be in one building, and everything in that building was so overflowing that they came into our building. I have friends that are in the other building that I saw on our floor, and I was like, why are you here? And he goes, meetings, and we have no room over there. Thursday, with all of us in the office, we still had to do our weekly, or not weekly, our team meeting that we have on Zoom, even though all four of us were in the same building because there were no conference rooms. It was like so uncomfortable because every desk was taken. And I'm not really happy if I can just do that and touch my next door neighbor. We've had everybody in the office in olden times when we had our own cubes and everything, but this is desks, they're not cubes. And yeah, just way too close quarters. This is the first time that, we had everybody in. And if this is what it's going to end up being, I'm not happy. I mean, it was loud, distracting, uncomfortable, and also made me so exhausted that I did not want to do anything in my sewing room. It also meant that Thursday, I did not go to the East Cobb Quilt Guild meeting that I have been pressured into attending. Uh, I know it's pressured, but still, it was tough for me to get home, get Riley settled, eat, and try to get all the way over there for 6:45. And I had completely forgotten. It was a combination completely forgotten, and I was not in a mood to deal with people because I had been dealing with lots of people all day. So I, kind of forgotten. But I did start looking into that application for the East Cobb Quilt Guild show. I need to get a couple good pictures of the quilt taken. I do have an okay shot of it from when I did show and tell last year, but I need apparently a close-up photo of it. So, yeah, I bought one of those display stand, backdrop stands, whatever they're called, so I can hopefully get a couple pictures probably while I'm editing this video. Yeah, I may or may not be able to get get a picture of it stuck in. If I do, yay. If not, you'll get the pictures next week. Yesterday morning on my 11sies, I had my friend David from, oh, yeah, he doesn't have a YouTube channel. He has been my bestie for forever. I've known him, he said we've known each other since 2006, which makes me realize we've known each other forever. I was chatting with him in the morning. And I was like, wait, are you like up in Adam and stuff? Because, I've got my live coming on soon and I'd rather, sit and talk. But, I also want to talk with everybody else on the live. So he quickly hopped in the shower and he managed to get on the Zoom and we went live. He was working on some of his other projects that he has. I don't think I actually convinced him to, show what he was working on. Mostly because in the beginning he had the blur background on, and blur doesn't work well with showing. I was working on the progressive pride flag, and I got a full row done. A row is what I'm calling two pinwheels, which makes it technically two rows. But I managed to get those done. I got all the half square triangles done, got them into pinwheels, and got them all sewn into the row. It was fun chit chatting with him while we sewed, even though, when he was my roommate, we never really could do that because he got to sew in his room, I got to sew in here, and there's really not a lot of room in here for two people to be sewing at the same time. So, yeah. That's another reason why I need to get a bigger sewing room at some point. After 11sies, I went up to one of my local quilt shops, mostly because they were supposed to have the sign up for their porch party that will happen next month. But I was also planning on seeing if I can kit another of the progressive pride flags so I can start making some gifts. They're not going to be done for June because that's in, 2 months. But, they will be ready for a June, or maybe I'll give them for Christmas presents. I walked into the shop and the awesome ladies there greeted me with cheer and excitement like they always do. One of them ended up saying, she thought that the bolt of fabric that I had ordered was in. And I said, well, that's not what I came here for, but if it is, that would be an awesome bonus. The other person that was there was like, I don't think it's in yet. I think that we were told that it's coming in soon. So they went and checked and everything, and lo and behold, it wasn't in. Not surprising me. Not bad either way, but it would, like I said, it would have been a pleasant surprise if it had been in. While I was in the boutique room, picking out fabrics, I got a message from the shop owner saying that she could not, or she did not get any information back from one of the projects that I asked her if she was able to source, because it's a new one. It is being handled by a shop that's about 45 minutes away as a block of month, but I don't know if I want to drive 45 minutes every month just to go pick up a block. I mean, I would, but we'll see what happens. I heard the program is also being sold as a kit, so if I can get it as a kit, I would be happier than the block of the month. But she says she hadn't been able to get a hold of any information about that. But she said, "Good news, your bolt is in." And I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I was told that it wasn't. And then I also added that I'm at the shop picking out fabric and stuff. And she said she was going to go check, and she looked at her order status and all the shipping and stuff, and he goes, "Oh, oops, it's not scheduled to arrive until Monday or Tuesday." And I was like, "Yeah, I told you I'm not worried. It's not like I don't like to come there." The wonderful ladies at the cutting table were a little worried when I brought 22 bolts of fabric over to the cutting area. Yeah, 22. The good thing is they're not large cuts, because you really need basically quarter yard and eighth yard cuts. So with this bundle of fabric and that bundle of fabric, and it's missing one color, I'm going to be able to make two more of the progressive pride flags. I did get black, but I need another black to go with it, and they didn't have another black that was basically a black on black, which sounds weird to say, but if we can say white on white, we can say that. Basically, two shades of black, like they have the two shades of white. I don't remember what fabrics they had to go with it on the progressive pride flag, but looking at the picture, it was a black on black. The fabric for that's all the way over there. I'm not going to go get it right now. So I am excited for this purchase because it's going to make another awesome kit, or actually two. That means I'm going to have to kit another 3, I think, to make all of them that I'm looking for. But, it's still fun. I also bought a kit. Mostly because I thought the kit looked cool, but also partly because the kits were all on sale for 25% off. This is the kit. It's called Arrowhead. It's got gorgeous colors in here. And I'm also kind of interested because everything is looking true to, or mostly true, to the color. I haven't touched the settings on my camera. So maybe my camera either just doesn't like really saturated colors, which that's what the fabrics in the progressive pride flag are that for the kit, or maybe it's just time of day with lighting out here. I don't know. I got to figure out the whole thing. Anyway, I have that kit, so I'm really excited. I left and I was heading to the Big Box J store because I had a gift card that I still needed to use, and this time I remembered to use it. I just bought some batting and what is that thing? Oh, a little candy bar and a soda, because I was like, I need to be able to use this 50% off coupon. So if I don't get it off of a soda, batting was on sale, so I had to get it off of the soda. So I got that. While I was there, I got a conversation with the shop owner where I had just left, and this is the conversation. I knew one day that I would have that old man yells at cloud meme to be truly perfect. I giggled a lot and I knew she would understand the entire reference. It was great. Today, I managed to work more on the Progressive Pride flag before I started, filming this. And I'm calling this 4 rows together. So it's got to be bigger. Uh, it's going to be pretty exciting. I've got all the pins. Oh, and the best part is the back, because I have been twisting all the seams even as I've been putting them together. So it's been a lot of fun. I did the math, and that's 40% of the project together. So, a couple days just actually working and sitting down on this, I've gotten some pretty good progress. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some more progress on that later today and hopefully tomorrow. And then an exciting thing happened. Last night, Fort Worth Fabric Studio changed the banner on their Facebook group, which means a new project is coming soon, and I'm officially on the lookout for that. Uh, don't know when it's happening. Hopefully, usually when they start changing the banner, that means the blog gets updated that says a new project is coming and it's going on sale. So I'm hoping tomorrow they're going to be doing that. Based on what's happened the past couple of projects, they updated the Facebook page on Saturday, and come Monday, everything came on sale. So crossing fingers. Hopefully it's going to be exciting. I love the new banner, and I'm very excited to see what that's going to be. I will have a little more time in here this week, primarily because I have Monday off, as I said. My plan is to get a pedicure first thing in the morning because it's been a while. I do not want to acknowledge how long it's been, but yeah, I'm in desperate need of a pedicure. And then when I'm done with that, I can come in here and sew for the rest of the day. I want to get a lot more progress done on the Progressive Pride flag, mostly because my friend Steven of the Idiot Quilter said the triangle part at the top is a little complicated. I think really it's complicated because of the quantity of pieces, and you can't do just random pinwheels. You got to be careful where everything is. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to get those done so I can still do them in four patches and then start putting the four patches up. Um, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. It won't take me too much effort, but it'll get done. Hopefully, I will be able to spend the time in here and get that done this week. That will be exciting. And then Saturday evening, I will be on with my friend Stephanie of Quilting with Stephanie Stitches on her channel at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will be working on rope bowls. When we were at QuiltCon, we had seen the rope there that was just so gorgeous, and they were making rope bowls. And I had said I'd never made a rope bowl, and she wanted to do a rope bowl on her channel. So her initial intent was, she's gonna dye some rope and make one. She had invited me because I hadn't done one either, and this way, if I get stuck, which is going to be the same way that anybody else is going to get stuck, she will be able to say, this is what I'm doing wrong after we laugh at my mistake. I'm planning on watching a handful of videos this week just so that I have a bit of an idea on what to do. I know it's not that difficult. It's just a zigzag and keeping everything kind of moving in a round method. Very similar to when I was doing the quarter circles in the space themed quilt for Christmas, but it's always, you got to take those very slow. And I think the hard part is when it's time to start lifting the bottom so you have a bowl instead of a giant coaster. So we will see how far I get. I need to figure out which thread I'm going to use for the bowl. I'm not dyeing my fabric. It's not that much of an effort for me. Or I'm sorry, it's not worth it that much for me because this is going to be my first bowl ever. If I start, wanting to do more and more of them, then yeah, sure, I should probably look into it dyeing my own rope. Because honestly, as awesome as it would be to have pre-dyed rope and somebody else do the work, that was very expensive. I think the rope that I purchased on the Amazons was like $3-4, and the rope that they wanted that was dyed at QuiltCon was like $35. And yeah, unless I get into the point where it's like, these are going to be super gorgeous and you got a perfect color for a rope that bowl that I can actually do, maybe. But, the whole idea of dyeing rope sounds kind of interesting, but rope bowls sound more interesting, and I want to start basic. Anyway, that is going to be about it for me today. If you don't mind, do the awesome things that the YouTubes like, which may or may not be limited to liking, commenting, subscribing, telling your friends, eating some cheesecake. I'm sure at least one of those will actually make YouTube happy. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and an awesome week. Until next time, stay happy and keep stitching.